Did you understand you're charged with the offense of robbery? That's a second-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes.
All right, after reviewing state's exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Judge, it's up to the court. I have a few words to say on Mr. McCrae's behalf. I'm going to proceed the sentencing today.
Yes.
Judge, Mr. McCrae is 39 years of age, and he's indicated to me that he's an expectant father. He's ready to put this past criminal life behind him and move forward. He respectfully asks support for the most lenient sentence possible under the 4-year cap, so he can get back out there and be responsible and do the right thing.
All right. So, Mr. McCrae, because I read the indictment, because I had to present it to you and make sure that you're aware of it. So I'm aware of your criminal history. You know, the time to put a criminal past behind us is to stop doing it and to learn. I'm going to find you guilty as previously stated, going to sentence you to 4 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
It's on.
All right, we can go off the record. You're going to have to change your life. If you have a drug or alcohol problem, there are plenty of free places to help you with that. Now, what you're going to prison for is for taking beer. And you have to ask yourself, was that beer really worth that, right? I think the answer should be a resounding no. So if you don't want to find yourself in and out of jails, in and out of prisons, you had better change your life. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
Your attorney is requesting to withdraw. I don't know if you're planning on appealing or if you want a new trial, but if you want a new trial, then that motion will have to be filed. If you are asking to have an appeal perfected, then if you want an attorney appointed, you'll have to qualify for an appointed attorney. I just can't say, oh, you get an appellate attorney. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So we're going to go on the record. Court is calling 2021 CR 10130, State of Texas versus Isaiah Verhu. And for the defense?
Jessica Gonzalez for Mr. Verhu.
All right. Oh, and we really don't need a state's counsel. That's okay. And are you Mr. Verhu?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Your attorney has filed a motion to withdraw.
That's correct.
And do you have any objections?
No, ma'am.
All right. The only problem with your motion, you're saying so that a qualified appellate attorney may be appointed?
Yes, Your Honor. Can I speak to that?
Yes.
Okay, so I have spoken with my client and I did explain to him his appellate rights as well as the motion for new trial. I did go ahead, since we were coming up on those deadlines, I went ahead and filed the notice to appeal as well as the motion for new trial, just a generic motion for new trial. But I did explain to him my limitations as an appellate attorney. He has not made the final decision if he wants to go forward with that. So I went ahead and filed those two things so it would be timely. And then as far as an appellate attorney, the court previously did qualify him as an indigent person when I had requested a expert on the case. I'm happy to go ahead and forward that over to the court so they have his affidavit of indigency on file.
He needs to do an updated affidavit of indigency.
Okay.
So that one was just for
that purpose.
Yes.
I understand, Your Honor. And I can go ahead and send that over to him. I can just help bridge the communication. I have one
Yes.
on file. I can email him that and he can get that back to me and I'll forward it to Norma.
All right. Is there anything else from either side?
Nothing further.
All right, with that, your motion will be granted.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
You're
May my
welcome.
client and I be excused?
Yes,
All right, thank you.
you're welcome.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt as you apply for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
We are prepared for sentencing, Judge. I just have one thing I want to add when the court is ready to start the bargain.
All right.
We are asking for sentencing and ask the court obviously to follow the agreement. My understanding in talking to Mr. Nichols is upon release from the jail, his plans are to reside in hopefully at the Haven for Hope. So it's going to be kind of a rough start for him. If the court could perhaps probate some part or all of his finances will probably be his chief struggle as soon as he gets out of jail. So to that end, and any other help the court could extend Mr. Nichols would be appreciated.
All right, where's your family?
I have family here, but my dad, he's old and, he wants time to himself. My mom, she's old and she has a provider, so I don't want to put the burden on them. I've been homeless for a while.
Wait just a second. You look up the court counts for a state jail felony on a forgery case? Oh, well, possession of fraudulent information. So how did you become homeless?
Well, I had my own place, me and my girlfriend, and, I lost my job and I kind of just fell off from there.
Do you have children?
It's,
What are their ages?
20 and 16.
All right, so I'm assuming you're not
Well, my son, I still communicate with. He has his family of his own, and my daughter, she's in Kansas.
all right. When's the last time you spoke to your daughter?
Mother won't allow me to.
Why not?
I don't know. I did have custody of my kids at the time, and then when COVID happened, she kept my child, and I filed for habeas corpus, and the court still has it pending. So,
Well, you know what I always say, children are children, not kids, because kids are baby goats. That's just,
I tried
one of my
reaching out
things.
to her. Mom won't let me.
okay. Well, that's something you'll need to get in touch with an attorney for. All right, so how long you been homeless?
Probably going on like 2 years.
So how are you going to correct this situation?
Oh, well, before I got arrested, I was offered a good job at Boeing, but I got arrested. So I'm hoping that offer still,
When's the last time you were employed?
about 2 months ago.
All right, doing what?
I was working temp service and then I got the job offer at Boeing.
All right, do we have any drug issues with you?
No, ma'am.
How far did you go in school?
I graduated.
Okay. All right, the court costs in this case is going to be $380. Would you be? There's a $1,500 fine that will be probated. And I read in the police report where these items were found in the trash can at hotels. People really need to make sure that they destroy items appropriately. It's going to be 5 years deferred adjudication. Take in consideration 725-802. All right, we can go off the record.
Judge, can you stay on the record? real
Yes,
briefly? I'm
sure.
sorry. With regard to Ms. Galvan, Heather, that you mentioned, I don't believe she was a co-defendant or an alleged complainant. It appears that they're in a dating relationship. She may have been misidentified as someone.
Well, that's what's in your,
Yeah,
plea.
and that was an oversight, Judge. but-
well, you probably shouldn't be together. And let me explain to you why. Because you're homeless. Is she homeless?
Yes, sir.
All right, obviously you all are not helping each other.
Well, the plan was we both were going into the Haven for Hope program together. That's why.
Well, once you're stabilized, then I'll reconsider that.
Mhm.
Because that's a part of your plea. So get stabilized, get everything taken care of, then I'll redo that, okay?
Mhm.
All right, so off the record. In order to be successful on probation in this court, you got to be in contact with probation. If there's an issue, let the court know. If you feel as though probation is not addressing it, you understand?
So,
All right, good luck to you.
thank you.
You're welcome.